Hey, did you know you might be the reason your baby screams through tummy time? That's right. Those tears and tantrums could be tied to tiny, sneaky mistakes you're making without a clue. I've seen it over and over. Parents just like you, baffled and heartbroken, thinking their little one just hates it. But here's the kicker. It's not hate, it's frustration. And we can flip that script starting today. Stick with me, because I'm diving deep into why this happens and exactly how to turn those cries into coos. Now, let's peel back another layer. Could you be pushing too hard without realizing it? I'm not just talking about time on the tummy. I'm talking about expectations. So many parents I've worked with set their baby down and hope for a solid 5 minutes of happy play, only to hear wails after 10 seconds flat. It's crushing, right? You start doubting if tummy time is even worth the hassle. But let me stop you there. Newborns aren't mini marathoners. Their tiny muscles are working overtime just to lift that wobbly head against gravity. Picture yourself trying to plank after a year on the couch. Ouch, right? That's your baby's reality. Starting with just 1 to 2 minutes, sprinkled through the day, is gold. I remember one mom who'd set a timer for 30 seconds at first, celebrating every tiny head lift like it was a Super Bowl win. Slowly, she nudged it to a minute, then 2, and within weeks, her little guy was pushing up like a champ. No tears in sight. It's not about forcing endurance. It's about building it brick by brick. And here's the thing. Rushing or overdoing it can backfire big time. If they're exhausted after a feed or cranky from a missed nap, tummy time turns into a battle zone. I've seen babies who normally tolerate it just fine start shrieking if the timing's off. It's like asking you to jog right after a Thanksgiving feast. Misery. So watch for those sweet spots when they're alert. Maybe after a diaper change. Eyes wide and curious. In those early weeks, you might only get a handful of these windows, sometimes just 2 or 3 a day between naps and feeds. That's fine. Grab them, stack those short wins, and you'll see the fussing fade. But there's more to it than just timing. Where and how you do tummy time can make or break the experience, and I've got the nitty-gritty on that coming up. Keep listening, because one small tweak could change everything. Let's get to the heart of tummy time. Why it matters so much, and why so many of us mess it up without knowing. First off, tummy time isn't just a cute activity. It's the foundation for your baby's big moves. Rolling, crawling, walking. Those little head lifts, they're building neck and shoulder muscles that'll power every milestone ahead. Skip it or delay it, and you risk slowing that progress. Research backs this. Studies from pediatric groups show babies who miss consistent tummy time often lag in motor skills by months. Scary, huh? That's why, starting early, yes, even the day you bring them home from the hospital, is non-negotiable. I've chatted with countless parents who waited weeks thinking, they're too fragile, or that umbilical stump looks weird. Let's hold off. Big mistake. When a baby spends all their awake time on their back, in arms, or in a bouncer, their tummy position feels alien. Imagine being flipped into a yoga pose you've never tried. Uncomfortable, right? That's why they cry and protest when you finally try it. I recall a dad who didn't start until his daughter was 6 weeks old. Every attempt was a meltdown. She'd stiffen and scream like she was on a torture rack. He thought she just wasn't a tummy time baby. But after we worked together to ease her in, starting with just seconds a day on his chest, she began to relax. Why? Because early exposure normalizes it. From day one, it's just another part of their world, like a diaper change or a feed. No big deal to them, no resistance. But starting late isn't the only pitfall. Even with good intentions, the environment can sabotage you. Soft surfaces. Think Piles of blankets or a squishy bed seem cozy, but they're a disaster for tummy time. The baby sinks in, arms flailing with no leverage to push up. It's like trying to do push-ups on a marshmallow. They waste energy just trying not to tip over, instead of building strength. I've watched babies struggle like this, their little faces scrunched in effort, only to flop sideways. Switch to a firm, safe spot, like a playmat on the floor, and boom, stability. They can press down, lift up, and actually work those muscles. One family I helped had been using their couch cushions, thinking it was gentler. Their son hated every second, grunting and rolling off. We swapped to a thin mat on hardwood, and within days, he was holding his head up longer, even gurgling happily. Details like this, timing, surface, starting point, aren't just tips, they're game changers. And trust me, there's an even bigger mistake most parents make that can turn tummy time into a total flop. I'm getting to that next, and it might just blow your mind how simple the fix is. Here's where it gets juicy. Could the way you're doing tummy time be the real reason it's failing? I'm throwing a curveball. Maybe you've got the timing down, the surface right, but you're still setting your baby up for a struggle by making it way too hard, way too soon. Let's unpack this. Most of us hear tummy time and picture a baby flat on the floor, right? That's the image burned into our heads. But here's the shocker. That's the toughest position for a newborn. It's like expecting a beginner to deadlift 200 pounds on day one. No wonder they cry. I've seen parents give up after floor attempts, convinced their kid just isn't cut out for it. But the truth is, there are gentler ways to start, and ignoring them is the biggest blunder of all. Think about this. A baby's muscles are brand new, fighting gravity with a head that feels like a bowling ball to them. Floor time demands everything they've got, so why not ease them in? I've guided families through this shift, and the relief on their faces when it clicks is everything. One mom told me her son would screech the second his belly hit the rug. She was ready to ditch tummy time altogether. Then we tried a different angle, literally, and it changed the game. I'm talking about alternative positions, ones that scaffold the challenge and build confidence. There are 5 key ones I swear by, and I'm breaking them down soon. But first, understand why this matters. Starting too hard doesn't just frustrate your baby. It can make them associate tummy time with misery, creating a cycle of avoidance. Ease them in, and you're not just building muscles, you're building trust. That's the secret sauce most miss. Stick around, because I'm about to lay out exactly how to do this right, with every trick I've learned from years of trial and error. All right, let's hit the peak. This is where we tackle the core of turning tummy time from a tear fest into a triumph. The biggest mistake, making it too hard by sticking to floor-only tummy time before your baby's ready. I've said it before, but now let's dive deep into the fix. 5 alternative positions that meet your baby where they are, building strength without the struggle. I've seen these work wonders, and I'm giving you every detail to make it happen. First up, the football hold. Perfect for those early days, even with an umbilical stump. You cradle their head near your elbow, forearms supporting their tummy between their legs, hands angled so their head's slightly higher than their bottom. This tilt cuts the gravity fight, making head lifts doable. I've held babies like this, feeling their tiny bodies tense at first, then relax as they peek up, curious. As they get stronger, level your arm. More challenge, more gain. Second, my personal favorite, chest to chest. Lay back on a couch or bed. Place your baby tummy down on your chest. One hand on their bottom, the other near their elbow for support. It's less workout, more snuggle. Their head lifts are easier here. And when they look up, they see you, their favorite view. I've had babies who'd fuss everywhere else, but melt into this, cooing as they locked eyes with me. Third, across the lap. Sit with feet flat, lay them tummy down over your thighs, raising the leg under their chest so their head's higher. Support their bottom and elbow, and watch them push up. It's not for everyone. Some babies squirm, but for others, it's a sweet spot. Fourth, an exercise ball. And yes, it sounds wild, but it's safe if done right. Place the ball on a non-slip surface. Lay your baby tummy down, hands secure around their ribs or bottom. Gently roll them forward and back. The motion nudges them to lift their head, and the rocking soothes. I've seen fussy babies calm instantly with this, their little arms pressing up in rhythm. Last, floor time, but with a twist. For newborns around 1 month, roll a towel under their chest to prop them up. It eases the strain, letting them lift and push without maxing out. Remove it as they strengthen. I worked with a family whose daughter couldn't handle flat floor time. She'd collapse and cry. That towel trick? 2 days in, she was holding her head up for 20 seconds, even babbling. Why do these positions work? They grade the challenge. Floor time demands full anti-gravity effort. Chest to chest or football hold cuts that by half, letting muscles build without overwhelm. It's physics plus patience. And here's proof. Pediatric therapists often cite that varied positions prevent positional preferences like torticollis, where babies favor one head turn, risking uneven development. I've witnessed babies who started with chest to chest graduate to floor time in weeks, rolling over ahead of schedule. Every position counts, whether on you, across legs, or on a ball. It's wiring those motor skills for crawling, walking, Ignore this, and you're not just stalling progress. You're risking frustration that sticks. But use it, and tummy time becomes a bridge to bonding and milestones. One parent I guided started with lap holds after failed floor tries. By month 2, her son was floor ready, grinning through sessions. She swore it saved her sanity. That's the power of meeting them halfway. Start where they're strong, not where they struggle. It's not just about muscles. It's about rewriting how they feel about the whole darn thing. Now let's lighten the load with a moment that'll stick with you. Imagine this. You're propped on the couch, baby sprawled tummy down on your chest, their little chin wobbling as they strain to look up. And then, they do it. Those big, shiny eyes meet yours, and out pops the gummiest, slobbery grin you've ever seen. It's not just tummy time anymore. It's a full-on heart explosion. You're giggling, they're gurgling, and for a second, you forget this was supposed to be work. I've lived these moments, and let me tell you, they're gold. One time, after a rough day of endless diaper blowouts and 0 naps, I tried this chest-to-chest trick with a baby who'd fought every other position. I was beat, ready to call it quits. But as I leaned back, humming off-key to calm us both, that little head popped up, and they just stared at me like I'd hung the moon. Then came this tiny, triumphant coo, like they were saying, "I got this." I laughed so hard, I nearly shook us both off the couch. It hit me then. Tummy time isn't just about building muscles, it's about building us. Those seconds of connection, where you're their safe place to try something hard, that's the magic. It's not in any parenting book, but it's the stuff you'll remember when they're toddling off without you. So next time it feels like a chore, switch to chest and soak in that gaze. Make it a game. Sing a silly tune. Make funny faces. Watch them light up. I've turned sessions into mini concerts, belting out nursery rhymes with 0 shame, just to see that grin. Again, stack enough of these wins, and suddenly, tummy time isn't the enemy. It's your secret bonding weapon. Keep at it, because these fleeting, messy, perfect moments, they're the real milestone, way before any roll or crawl. Trust me, you'll miss this someday, drool and all. So, let's wrap this up with the big picture. Tummy time doesn't have to be a war zone. Start early. Day 1 if you can. To make it normal, keep sessions short, just 1 to 2 minutes at first, piling up through the day. Pick the right moments, when they're alert, not cranky, and always use a firm, safe surface, like a playmat, not a squishy bed. Most importantly, don't jump straight to the floor. Ease them in with positions like chest to chest, football hold, or a propped towel, meeting their strength where it is. Every second, in any position, builds those muscles for rolling, crawling, walking. It's not just physical. It's trust, it's connection, it's the groundwork for everything ahead. Try one new position this week, see how your baby reacts, tweak as you go. If you want your nuggets like this to help your little one thrive, hit that like button and subscribe. It's the push I need to keep sharing these stories and tips with you. Fair warning, videos like this can vanish sometimes, so don't wait. Join in now. And hey, I'm curious, which position are you itching to try first with your baby? Drop it in the comments. I can't wait to hear how it plays out for you.